But when I walked out that door, I was happy as a mug. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I was like, shit. Ooh, I can't believe I'm free. You know what I'm saying? Shit, went to go get me some gold chicken go, some gizzards. You know, if you know about gold chicken go, hit me up in the comments or whatever. If you like the gizzards or if you like the wing pack, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. You know, so I get that. You know what I'm saying? As soon as I get back, I end up, you know what I'm saying, calling his girl. Her name was Shelly. I was like, hey, Shelly, Suge told me to call you, you know what I'm saying, so just make sure that you know what I'm saying, you know how to do that plan and stuff like that. So she was like, yeah, I know how to do it, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, shit, all right, man, you know what I'm saying? Put down the phone, you know, got the little stuff, all the tobacco and stuff that he wanted and stuff, and then I already went to go get my pack and stuff, so I gave him, you know what I'm saying, some little soft and stuff to bring up in there as well or whatever, so he can make some money. So me and him, you know, got this little thing. I drop it off, you know. So then one day he called me. He was like, "Shit, hey, you think you can give me a little cell phone when next time we bring just pack in?" I was like, "Yeah, man." So I go get the cell phone. At this time, it was a little flip phone, the little Nokia phones. If you know about the little Nokia phones, let me know in the comments as well. But yeah, let me know that you old school and you know about the old school game. But yeah, so we doing a little business and stuff, you know what I'm saying, every 2 weeks, so you know what I'm saying, get the little packs and stuff, you know. He calling me, you know, hey, you know, we gonna do this, you know what I'm saying, when we get out, me and you know what I'm saying, we gonna link up, you know what I'm saying, together, you know what I'm saying, make some money and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, once we get out. So I was like, shit, all right, man, you know what I'm saying, however you wanna do it, you know what I'm saying, because like I said, me and him was cool, you know what I'm saying, we kinda linked up together and stuff like that. So one day, you know what I'm saying, I ended up, you know what I'm saying, going over to Shelly's house and stuff like that. And there was another girl over there, you know what I'm saying. Don't get me wrong, you know what I'm saying. You know how it is in the streets, you know what I'm saying. Well, when you're hustling and stuff, doing your thing, you know, you come over to somebody's house or whatever, they drop the little package off or whatever, and then somebody over there, and then they end up catching your eye. So I ended up, you know what I'm saying, going in the house, you know what I'm saying, ended up hooking up with this other girl named Nat. Now, when that, you know what I'm saying, me and her, you know what I'm saying, we kind of clicked off as well, you know what I'm saying, we kind of hung out and stuff together. So then one day she was, me and her was talking and stuff, and she was like, you know what I'm saying, she was like, shit, Shelly trying to get in the game too. I was like, Shaw, for real? She's like, but she don't know how to ask you because she's afraid that, once, she start doing it or whatever, that she'll gonna get mad and so whatever. And so she don't want to ask you or whatever because she might think that you gonna go back and tell him and stuff. And I was like, shit, all for real. I was like, shit, I ain't gonna even, you know what I'm saying, do nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? She wanna, you know what I'm saying, basically get in the game as well. I can go ahead, you know what I'm saying, hook her up. Won't you just go ahead and see what she want? You give her the money, she give you the money, and then you give me the money, and now y'all ended up, you know what I'm saying, doing it like that. So she was like, shit, all right, man. She said, I'll talk to her and see what's up. So the next time I seen her, you know, she was like, yeah, she got like 250, you know what I'm saying? I was like, shit, I give her a little seven or whatever. So ended up giving her a seven, you know what I'm saying, back and forth and stuff like that. I ain't never tell, you know what I'm saying, Suge or anything like that's what they was doing or whatever. I just figured that, you know what I'm saying, shit, just go ahead and keep that, you know what I'm saying, however she's gonna do it. Now, y'all leave it in the comments or not, you know what I'm saying, do y'all think that I should have, you know what I'm saying, told them or that I was doing business with her because shit, you never know. I ain't want to jeopardize they children, you know what I'm saying, doing some more crazy stuff and stuff like that. So one day Suge called me, you know what I'm saying, he was kind of mad, you know what I'm saying, talking over the phone and stuff like that at me. He was like, shit, hey, fast man. He was like, well, what's going on with you and my girl, man? I was like, man, what you mean, man? He was like, shit, man, You sure you ain't trying to push up on my girl or anything like that? And I was like, shit, nah, man, I ain't trying to push up on your girl or whatever. He was like, shit, somebody's saying that, you know what I'm saying? They always be seeing you over there, you know. And I was like, shit, ain't nobody, you know what I'm saying, seeing me, you know what I'm saying, at the house like that, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't even be rocking like that. Now, don't get me wrong, you know what I'm saying? When that be over there, I'll come over there, you know what I'm saying, smoke a little blunt or whatever with him and stuff like that, you know, but I don't be, you know what I'm saying, at her house, you know what I'm saying, like that, you know what I'm saying, just be every once in a while. So he's like, shit, man, somebody keep telling me that you be over there. And I was like, shit, nah, man. He was like, shit, man, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Keep it real with me, man. Keep it 100 with me, fast, man. Because, man, I don't want to be, you know what I'm saying? If you doing some more crazy shit like that, you know, I don't want to be, you know what I'm saying? So he get mad at me, you know what I'm saying? And I keep telling him, man, that I ain't doing nothing like that because, shit, I ain't doing nothing like that. So I'm like, shit. As I'm talking to him, you know what I'm saying, he's yelling and stuff. He finally calmed down, you know what I'm saying, when he know that we gonna bring some more stuff in and stuff. So he's like, shit, man, this motherfucker, man, I just hope, man, that you ain't really doing nothing like that. I was like, shit, I ain't doing nothing like that. So I come back, you know what I'm saying? That's when I tell As Nat, I was like, shit, man, what I do was saying, you know what I'm saying, that I'm kind of, you know what I'm saying, talking to you. She was like, shit, he probably, you know what I'm saying, thinking that since I'm talking to you or whatever, because I'm talking to, you know, his brother, you know what I'm saying, his mom, you know what I'm saying, basically his brother is his girl and stuff like that. So I'm like, shit, man, what? I was like, oh, you messing with his brother? And he's just like, yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, damn, man, you know, maybe that's why, you know what I'm saying? He's thinking like that, you know what I'm saying, for a minute. So we going back and forth, you know what I'm saying? So then that's when, you know what I'm saying, while I'm talking to her, that's when Suge called me. He's like, shit, man. I put him on speaker and stuff. He's like, man, he's like, come on, fast, man. You know what I'm saying? Keep it real with me, man. What's going on, man? You know what I'm saying? He was like, shit, I said, man, come on, man, shit, man, I ain't doing nothing crazy or whatever. So he's thinking that, you know what I'm saying, that I'm kind of doing something that I ain't supposed to, but shit, I ain't, you know what I'm saying, on the real, you know what I'm saying, on the comments, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Y'all let me know what y'all do. If y'all think that I was doing something wrong, I know I should have told him about the hustling and stuff. But shit, I figured that, you know, that wasn't going to be no issue or whatever. So everything is, you know what I'm saying, going back and forth. We sitting up here, you know what I'm saying, just chilling and stuff, you know. So then after a while, you know what I'm saying, after I hung up with him and, you know, I go back to the crib and shit. And I'm sitting there thinking and shit about this whole situation and stuff. And I was like, shit, I'm just going to go ahead and retire this whole situation. I ain't going to, you know what I'm saying, really mess with none of this stuff and anything no more. I'm just going to go ahead and cut ties with this whole situation. Now, y'all leave it in the comments, you know what I'm saying? Do you think that I should have just cut ties with him and just quit doing whatever I was doing? Because shit, me and him was, you know what I'm saying, real cool and whatever. So I was like, shit, it's all good. So after that, I just basically quit doing the packages, quit giving them the soft, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. And I just, you know what I'm saying, stayed to myself, quit talking to Nat, you know what I'm saying, quit talking to Shelly, you know what I'm saying. They was burning my phone up and I wasn't even answering it or nothing like that. But then one day, it was like, shit, one day I got a call, you know, and I was like, shit, man, it was from a different number, and I answered, and he was like, boy, I'm out, I'm out. I was like, shit, oh, man, what's up, man? He was like, shit, I'm out, man, I'm out, man, I'm out, fast, man, I'm out. He said, man, shit, man, where you at, man? I was like, shit, man, I was at the crib, but I ain't want them to know where I lived at, so I was like, shit, where you want to meet at, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, shit, we can meet anywhere, you know what I'm saying? Shit, I got wheels, you know? So I was like, shit, we could meet at the BP, you know what I'm saying, on 29th. And he was like, all right, man. So I met him at the BP on 29th Street, you know. And when I get there, you know what I'm saying, he's sitting there with his big ass, you know what I'm saying, he got his shit braids out of his hair looking all kind of wild. I'm like, damn, man, what's up, man? You know what I'm saying? He was like, shit, man, it's all good, man. He said, I ain't mad at you, you know what I'm saying, for you quit rocking with me and stuff like that. And I was like, shit, oh, for real, man? So we sitting up in there talking and stuff. So then he was like, man, what you been doing, man? You know what I'm saying? I was like, shit, nothing, man. I just been, you know what I'm saying, been doing me, you know what I'm saying, just working at Pizza Hut, just doing my little thing and stuff. He was like, oh, you work up there at Pizza Hut, you know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, I just do one right here. He was like, oh, damn, man. He was like, shit, man, but shit. What you been doing, man? You know what I'm saying? You been hustling, you been making moves and stuff out here, you know? Because he already knew that I had the sauce, I can get the sauce and stuff like that. So I was like, yeah, man. So then, I'm hustling, making money and stuff like that. So then one day he called me. He's mad, nah, he mad at me. He's like, man, boy, I ain't know that you on my you and Shelly, you know what I'm saying, was you was hooking her up and stuff on the street and stuff like that. I was like, man, what you mean, man? He's like, I ain't know that she was making money, you know what I'm saying, out here with you, and then you end up cutting her off too as well. And I was like, shit, man, what you I just kinda, you know what I'm saying, blew him off or whatever. So then I'm like, shit, damn, man, you know what I'm saying, for real, man, you know what I'm saying, Suge, man, I ain't really do nothing like that. And he was like, yeah, you did, man. She told me the whole MO on the, now he's mad at me again and stuff. And I was like, shit, damn, man. I was like, shit, come on, man. I was like, shit, everybody, you know what I'm saying, was making money. Everybody was cool. I was like, shit, all the stuff that, you know what I'm saying, that I brought in for you, you know what I'm saying, was straight. So shit, you made your little money. So everybody was just basically, you know what I'm saying, making money and stuff like that. So then he's like I say, he's getting mad and mad and mad and mad. So he was like, man, shit, man, I don't know if you was messing with her or not, you know. I was like, he said, nah, I really think that you was, you know. I was like, nah, man, I wasn't messing with her, man. Come on, man, shit, man. He was like, yeah, you was, man. He's like, shit, Nat told me, you know what I'm saying, that y'all was, you know. I was like, man, come on, man. I'm just looking at him like, man, because this is like a twisted story, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to that. So then I'm like, shit, damn, man, you know what I'm saying? Thinking to myself, man, this motherfucker's on some bullshit, you know what I'm saying? For real, man, you know what I'm saying? So he's like, shit, man, it's all good, man. Me and you know what I'm saying? Me and you still straight, you know what I'm saying? So one day, we're sitting up in here, you know what I'm saying? He called me. He's like, shit, man, where you at, man? You know, I was like, shit, I'm at the crib, man. He's like, shit, let me pull up on you. I mean, I shouldn't have even let him come to my crib, but I was like, shit, man, you know what I'm saying, me and him start really kind of talking and stuff on the good terms and stuff like that. So I was like, shit, all right, man. So I told him where my crib was. We get over there. He brought one of his little partners over there with him and stuff, with something I don't normally never do, because I don't like nobody else to come, you know, basically if you solo or whatever, it's all good. But if you got a partner or whatever with you, I kind of, you know what I'm saying, don't want to rock with you and stuff like that. So I'm like, shit, all right. So we sitting up in there at the house, you know what I'm saying, chilling. I got him in my little music room making beats at this time. So we sitting up in there. He's like, shit, man, won't you hook me up with something, man? You know what I'm saying? Won't you put me in the game? I was like, shit, what you mean, man? He was like, shit, I'm at least trying to get one of them. I was like, shit, for real, man? He was like, yeah, man, I'm at least trying to get a zip, you know. I was like, shit. He's like, but shit, you gonna have to owe me 200. At this time, you know what I'm saying, zips went for 800, you know what I'm saying? So he only had 600. So I was like, shit, I can go out here, you know what I'm saying, put you in the game and stuff. I said, but you got to, you know what I'm saying, give me a second, I have to go get it and stuff. He was like, shit, all right, man. So I go give him the zip, you know what I'm saying, meet him where at the McDonald's right there. Give him the zip and stuff. I tell him, man, go on here, man, hurry up and give me that 200 off your first sale or whatever. He was like, shit, all right, man. So he leave on out. So then me and him, like I said, me and him doing business together and stuff like that, you know. Everything was kind of working out, you know what I'm saying, good. So we, like I said, we talking every day now. Now, you know what I'm saying, me and him just basically sitting up in the cars and stuff, smoking weed and stuff, just talking and stuff, just filling out the whole thing. He making money, I'm making money, everything is all good. So then one day I'm sitting at the house and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, just chilling and stuff. I mean, the kids didn't go to school or anything like that. So I was like, shit, I had to watch the kids, so I really couldn't be busting too many moves because, like I said, my kids was younger at this time. So I'm sitting at the house and stuff, and I get a phone call. So when the phone call, I'm like, shit, what's up, man? You know what I'm saying? She was like, this is Shelly. She was sounding like the voice was like, this is Shelly. I was like, shit, what's up, man? She was like, he coming over there to do something to you. I think he gonna try to kill you or something. I was like, shit, man, what you mean? She was like, shit, Suge's on his way over to your house and stuff, and he gonna do something to you. And I was like, oh, for real, man? She was like, yeah, man. So as soon as she said that, that's when somebody knocked at the door. Doom, 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 doom. And my son, you know what I'm saying, looked out the little blind and said, Dad, you know what I'm saying, somebody at the door, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, shit, all right, man. So I told him to go to the back. So as soon as I opened the door, I had already had my gun, you know what I'm saying, right here on my side right here. So as soon as I opened the door, I'm like, shit, man, what's up, man? He's like, shit, man, hey, let me come here and holler at you for a minute. And I was like, shit, man, what you want to holler at me for? He's like, shit, I just need to holler at you for a second, you know what I'm saying, about something real quick, fake of it. I was like, shit, nah, man. I said, shit. I said, I ain't gonna let you come up in my house, you know what I'm saying? He was like, shit, man, what's up, fast? He said, why you acting strange and stuff like that? And I was like, shit, man, what you mean why I'm acting like that? I was like, shit, I got my kids up in here, you know what I'm saying, right now. He was like, your kids is here? And the way that he said it was like he was kind of surprised and stuff. He was like, I was like, yeah, they here. And he was like, shit, damn, man. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of messed up. I was like, shit, yeah, I know it is. You know what I'm saying? So then we ended up closing the door, you know what I'm saying? I was like, shit, I'm up out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? Ended up closing the door. So then probably about 10 minutes later, that's when he called me on the phone and stuff. And I was like, shit, man, what's up, man? He was like, shit, man, whatever Shelly told you, man, that's some old bullshit, you know what I'm saying? She said, I ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying, do nothing like that to you or whatever. I was like, shit. He said, if I wanted to do something to you, you know what I'm saying, I'd have been on done it to you or whatever. I was like, shit, man, whatever, man, you know what I'm saying? But after that, you know what I'm saying, me and him never talked or anything like that again or whatever. But yeah, man, I really felt like he was going to come over there and do something to me or whatever. But shit, he ain't ever ended up, you know what I'm saying, doing nothing to me. He ended up going back to the penitentiary, you know what I'm saying, like a couple weeks later. And after that, I ain't never seen him no more. But yeah, you in the penitentiary, you might meet somebody, you know what I'm saying, that you kind of like up in there. You and him end up clicking up on the street and things end up turning kind of bad because, you know what I'm saying, he might be out to try to do something to you because he might feel jealous of you or something type of situation right there. But yeah, prison ain't the place for no type of individual because once you go to prison, you never know the outcome of your life once you get up there. You could go in there one way and you could come out another way. But yeah, this is your boy Fats. I'm up out of here. Y'all stay up and y'all be peaceful.